What's up, guys, and welcome to Wildcard Sports. The NHL playoffs are finally here. The bracket is set. The matchups are set. And I'm going to show you guys the NHL champion blueprint, what it takes to win the Stanley Cup. I've been showing you guys all year long who is in the running to win it all. As you can see, there are 4 categories here. You got to hit all 4 to have the absolute best chance to win it all. I'm going to show you guys my tiers. I'm going to fill out a bracket right here at the very end of the video, and I'm going to give you my winner on who I think will win it all. And I'll also show you guys the odds of who is in the running to win the Stanley Cup according to Vegas. Excuse me. So if you're new to this video, if you're new to this channel, I've been showing you guys teams that hit all these categories really have the best chance to win it all. And right now, Kings, Lightning, the Jets, and the Florida Panthers right now are hitting all 4 of these categories. The 4 categories, if you're new: top 11 even strength goal differential, top 12 in even strength save percentage, top 16 in shot against Corsi, and top 14 in goals against. And yes, right now when you look at it, it looks like a crazy mess, but teams are moving up the rankings, moving down. But this is it as of today, the end of the playoffs here. And when you see the good chance teams hitting 3 out of 4 categories, we got the Leafs, Knights, Avs, Stars, and Ottawa and the Blues. Ottawa just moved up there. They are moving up the rankings. Same with the Blues. They were in there last week, but Ottawa is our new team. We also got the Avs in there. That's no surprise because a lot of people do think the Avs have a solid chance. But what are teams that you don't see in the good chance category? That's right. It is the Oilers and the Hurricanes. When I show you guys my tiers, here are my champion tiers. My tier 1 teams are obvious, like I said before. Kings, Lightning, Jets, and Panthers. Best chance to win it all, in my opinion. We're going to lose one of those tier 1 teams first round, unfortunately. But tier 2, Knights, Avs, Leafs, Ottawa, Blues, and the Stars. And I know my tier 3 is super controversial, and some of you guys definitely won't like it, but I do have the Oilers in there and the Hurricanes. I really do think the Oilers will get upset first round. I don't even know if it's an upset, but I know the Oilers own the Kings in years past in the playoffs. But I think this is the year the Kings turn it around and beat them. They got, home ice advantage there. So I really do think the LA Kings have a shot to go far in the playoffs and maybe even win it all. So those are my tiers. Let me know your guys' tiers in the comments. Let me know what I got wrong, because I know some of you guys are for sure going to disagree with this. If you look at the Stanley Cup playoff odds, according to Vegas, this is what's crazy. They have the Carolina Hurricanes in first, winning it all as of now. That blows my mind. Our blueprint does not show the Hurricanes winning it all. Like I said, this blueprint helps a lot. It's not 100% a guaranteed winner, this blueprint, but it's gotten it right year after year. So we got the Hurricanes in front, Avs in second, and then we got the Panthers, a tier 1 team of ours. But our tier 1 teams, man, plus 1,000. Look at the Kings, plus 1,600. The Lightning, plus 1,000. The Stars used to be a tier 1 team, but I moved them down to tier 2. So if you want to make like a flyer, put some money on the Blues, but I wouldn't do that because, I don't know. They have it shot, but they're a tier 2 team in my opinion. But I really like the Kings. I really like the Jets. I really like the Panthers and the Lightning, like I said. So those are the Vegas odds. I think Vegas is going to get this one wrong, but we will find out. That's the beauty of NHL hockey and the playoffs. So I'm going to fill out this bracket. You guys fill out your bracket. Obviously, I have to pick a winner. So I'm going to go by the blueprint that I've created that has been right year after year. And who knows? Maybe this is the year it's finally wrong, but I don't think so. I'm pretty confident in this bracket this year. All right, starting off with the Blues and the Jets. Jets home ice advantage. Of course, I said put a flyer on the Blues, but I really like the Jets. So we're going Jets to win first round there. Hopefully they don't choke. Stars Avalanche. This is going to be great, but I mean, the Avs have been the hottest team right now. The Stars have been like dropping in the rankings as far as the blueprint goes. The Avs have been climbing. So we're going to go with the hotter team here and definitely go with the Avalanche to go to the next round. So moving on to this side, the Atlantic bracket, Maple Leafs, Senators. I really like the Leafs, but you know how the Leafs just kind of choke in the playoffs like usual. But on the other hand, the Senators are climbing the ranks. Look at my tiers. The Ottawa Senators, they are in the mix, tier 2 team, along with the Maple Leafs. But I've been really liking Maple Leafs all season long. I know some people are saying a Senators upset in the first round, but I'm just going to stick with the Leafs. I feel so bad for the luck they've had in the playoffs, and hopefully they can make it to the next round. All right, this is where we lose a tier 1 team, unfortunately. I hated to see this matchup. But we got the Lightning and the Panthers. It's a coin flip matchup for me. Either team can win. Panthers won it all last year, of course. You know, do we want to see them exit first round? Sure, I wouldn't mind it. But I don't know. It's a Battle of Florida. It's going to be an intense series. I'm just going to go with the home ice advantage team. We're just going to go Lightning here. But, you know, of course, Panthers have a strong shot. Moving on, we're going to move over to the Pacific Division here. We got the Knights and the Wild, and of course, again, we got the Kings and the Oilers. Going off the blueprint, I'm definitely going the Golden Knights. The Wild were a tier 1 team like half of the season, maybe a little more than half of the season. So I liked the Wild all year long, but they kind of fell off the map for me. So I'm definitely going Golden Knights on that one. Kings Oilers, I've said this before in the video. I'm going to say it again. This is the year the Kings upset the Oilers. Or I don't even know if it's an upset, but I think they take out the Oilers this year and Kings win it with that home ice advantage. Let me know if you agree with that. All right, moving on to the Metropolitan. Capitals, Canadians. Capitals were really strong, playing great hockey. You know, Ovechkin got the record, but they kind of like fell off after that. Canadians, the Habs, I mean, I don't trust them. They can win this series for sure. So I wouldn't be shocked by it. But when you look at my tiers, I do have the Habs in the tier 3. So we're just going to go strictly off that. But I wouldn't be surprised if there is an upset there. But I'm just going to go Capitals beating the Habs. Hurricanes, Devils. I love this matchup. I think it'll be a good series. Obviously, on paper and according to Vegas, Hurricanes are the favored team to win it all. So I'm sure they should win the first round. I wouldn't be shocked by a Devils upset, but I just got to go Hurricanes because, you know, Vegas is seeing something we're not seeing, I guess. So maybe, you know, I'll have Hurricanes going to the second round. All right, moving on to the Jets, Avs. Love the matchup. Right away, I want to say the Jets should win it, or I want them to win it, but I'm going with my heart, and I'm also going with the blueprint here. So, according to my blueprint, the Jets are a tier 1 team. Sorry, right here, tier 1, right there. So we're going with the blueprint, and we're going Jets to beat the Avs. But I mean, Avs are a strong, strong team, especially after the trade deadline. So that's a controversial one there. Golden Knights, Kings, another big rivalry there. But I love the Kings this year. I really do. They are a tier 1 team, in my opinion. Sure, they could lose. They wouldn't have home ice advantage. But I'm going Kings with the upset, taking on the Jets in the next round. And like I said before, if you're a tier 2 team or a tier 3 team, doesn't mean you can't make it to the Stanley Cup final. But if you're a tier 3 team in the Stanley Cup final, I don't think you're winning it, especially if you're facing a tier 1 or a tier 2 team. I just wanted to get that out of the way. All right, moving on to the Leafs, Lightning. Another great matchup. Lightning are a tier 1 team for me, so I got to go Lightning to take out the Leafs there. Moving on to the Capitals, Hurricanes. I do think Hurricanes can beat the Capitals because, like I said, the Capitals are kind of falling off the map here. They're just going downhill. But I feel like Ovechkin, you know, he got that monkey off his back, getting the record. They declined after that, but I think in the playoffs, this is where they rise again. I just got to go Capitals to beat the Hurricanes, but wouldn't be shocked if Hurricanes made it to the next round and faced the Lightning. I think Lightning beat the Hurricanes, but I got Lightning Capitals. So we got Jets Kings, Lightning versus the Capitals in my final four. I know a lot of you are disagreeing with that majorly right now, but we're going by the blueprint, baby. All right, Jets Kings. I love both teams, both tier 1 teams, so this would be a win-win in my book. But I got to pick a winner, right? Man, have I been loving the Jets all year long. And teams, I got to show you this. Teams with goals against in the top 2 have a strong chance. Last year was the Panthers. I think they were number 1 in goals against. Maybe number 2 is right around there. But look at this. We got the Jets and the Kings, 1 and 2. So it's a coin flip game. But when you look at Vegas, Vegas thinks Jets have a better chance than the Kings. We can go off that, but Vegas is not always right. So I'm just going to go with home ice. I don't know if Jets for sure could win it. It's a coin flip, like I said, but let's go Jets. Would love to see the Kings in the final, though. I wouldn't doubt that one bit. But we're going off the blueprint, but it could go either way. So Lightning Capitals, we're going off the blueprint again. The tier 1 team, Lightning. Back to the tiers. Lightning in there. Sorry. I'm all over the place. Lightning going to beat the Capitals. And we got the Jets and the Lightning. The most unexpected final you guys have probably ever thought about this happening. And this is what's going to happen in my opinion. And I would love to see it. This is like best case scenario according to my blueprint. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Kings in the final. Who's another? I mean, we're going to see some tier 2 teams in the final no matter what. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw, I don't know, Panthers beating the Lightning in the first round and making it all the way and going back-to-back this year. A lot can happen. It's going to be an amazing Stanley Cup playoffs. I can't wait. I want to hear you guys' comments. I know, like I said, I know a lot of you guys are going to disagree with this, but I would love to hear it in the comments. Let's talk about it. Appreciate you guys watching the video. Don't forget to like the video. Subscribe if you're new. We're doing this every year, all season long. Enjoy the playoffs, and I'll update you guys throughout so we could see how the blueprint's doing. So you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.